in Jehovah.
What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for the love and support. I want to thank everyone for commenting on my videos, liking my videos, sharing my videos, and just subscribing to my channel. I would always humbly appreciate that. Now, today is Friday. Good Friday. I didn't even know it was Good Friday, y'all, until somebody commented and said Happy Easter weekend and stuff like that. So shout out to you for reminding me about it's Easter. I didn't even know. Tell y'all something crazy. When you have children, right, and your children become adults, like they become, go to college, be a little older, I lost all track of holidays. I forgot today was Good Friday, and I forgot it was Easter weekend. And that's sad, y'all. I know I got to do better with my life, man. I ain't gonna lie, I got to do better with my life. But my kids, let's speak for myself, my kids usually help me keep up with the holidays, you know what I mean? But anyway, and how I know about this because, on Good Friday, the school be out and stuff. So when school be out, that mean your kids at home. When your kids at home, what they mean? They want to eat and they hungry. So therefore, I had to go to the grocery store the day before or Uber Eat or DoorDash them kids some food. But anyway, that's enough of that because that's triggering and that's a trauma that I'm having just thinking about those days. But shout out to y'all if y'all going through it today. But anyway, before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. I will humbly appreciate that. Africans. What's going on with you Africans, man? It's something about you Africans that love to say that we look African or black Americans look African. Let me say this. Y'all say I look African, right? And they used to irk me a lot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, they used to irk me back in the day. Even back in the day, nobody never said I look African, but people used to say how black Americans are similar to Africans. Even then, in middle, high, college, and as an adult, I knew that was a goddamn lie. There's nothing about us that say we look African. Now, let me say, you might find a few people that got that African look. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too many people got that Burna Boy look. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all seen Burna Boy? Yeah. A lot of people ain't got that Burna Boy look. See, Burna Boy is African. Matter of fact, most people from Nigeria look like Burna Boy. Even the women from Nigeria look just like Burna Boy. Just think about it. Have y'all seen the Nigerian women? Now, I ain't gonna say all Nigerian women are ugly. Let me say that. But a lot of them do look like Burna Boy, okay? None of them, and it kills me when people say, oh, all West Africans don't look alike. We got Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is an anomaly, and he's a bi-ethnic or a mixed breed baby. He one of them type people, so he's an anomaly. There's not a lot of Anthony Joshua's lookalikes up in Nigeria, but there are a lot of Burna Boy and the DeVitos in Nigeria as we speak right now. Even the women look like them. There's no distinct look of our black American women looking like men. You get what I'm saying? There's no black American man walking this earth, and you can say like, damn, that man that woman look like that man in America. There's none of that. We got different looks out here. Now, people say, Brian, you look like my Igbo cousin. That's what the Africans be saying. Like, you look like you Igbo, or you look like you Ghanaian. And I be like, damn, nigga, like, why you gonna say that to a player? Because of my head? I ain't got no African big head. I got American big head. That's the difference. See, they looked at the size of my head and think, I'm African. That's why I started growing my beard out. Because, Africans don't have beards and stuff. So that's what they ain't calling me African no more. Saying I look like goddamn African. Shit. But anyway, I remember growing up, going to school and stuff like that. You hear talks about how, we similar to the African diaspora, man. We're similar to the people in the continent because we look like them. And I be like, man, my mama don't look like them motherfuckers. My dad don't look like them motherfuckers. Nobody in my family look like them. At all. And I think it's wild that Africans always say that. But I had to think about, like, why do Africans say we look like them? Why they always say that when we tell them the truth about their homeland, or we tell them the truth about them how they tribalistic, they always say, well, hey, what you talking about? Oh, you look African too. You look like you Nigerian and I got name. I had to think about, like, why these flip-flop wearing people keep saying that? Then I started to think. I thought about it. I said, oh, they think they ugly. So when they call us, say that we look African, or we look Ghanaian, or we look Nigerian, or I'm looking like I'm an Igbo nigga, they saying that those people are ugly. So really, they using their looks as a slur to me. Hey, bullshit. That's some cold shit. And I said, they got low self-esteem. You know how much of a low self-esteem you gotta have about yourself when you look in that mirror and you look at yourself, and when you going at somebody that's not from your continent, but we got the same melanated skin, and you want to say that's why you look African. Think about that, y'all. I want that to marinate for a minute. That's why you look like you Ghanaian. What does that mean? So you saying your people ugly? Which is true. Now, there's a couple cute African women out there. Don't get me wrong once again. But a lot of them look like men. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A lot of our women look feminine in the face. They carry themselves feminine. Even our studs look feminine, more feminine than a Nigerian woman or an African woman. Can we tell the truth and shame the devil? Or am I going too far on this Good Friday, on this Easter weekend? On the day that, as they say, Jesus rose from the rocks of the grave. Am I going too far? Think about that. We look nothing like them. In my opinion. Just in my opinion. We walk different from them. I ain't gonna talk about man real. I'm just saying we don't look nothing like them people, y'all. And to see them have this type of low self-esteem and this low frequency about themselves is wild to me. And they think that when they say it to us, they think it's a get back, but not really, man. It's really, you really dissing your own people. Because guess what? I never have low self-esteem, low confidence, never looked at myself as ugly, or never looked at my people as ugly. Now, have I seen ugly people within the lineage? Yes. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. I got some little cousins, right? And I hope my family don't watch this, but I'm finna tell the truth and shame the devil. I really think about should I say this shit. But I gotta keep it real, man. Stuff be coming in my mind. Now listen, Africans. I understand that y'all look at yourselves as ugly, right? But let me say this. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about. I got a family member. I ain't gonna say what part of my family, but I might slip up and say as I talk. But I got a family member, right? She ended up getting married to someone, she dude from the lineage. He from Mississippi, all that stuff. But this dude look kind of awkward a little bit. He look awkward. You know what I'm saying? And my family member, I'm about to say who she is. I might slip and still say. But my family member, she's a beautiful woman. I'm talking about beautiful. I ain't just saying this on some incest shit. And I ain't saying it because this is my family. I'm saying just she's a beautiful woman. But she met this dude. Now, this dude was one of them preacher type cats. I'm going to make this quick. But they ended up getting married and they had some children. Now, the first child looked it kind of off a little bit. He didn't look like us. Even though dude is a black American, his people have lineage to this land, and he's the descendants of emancipated people. My family member's husband is the descendants of people. There's no Africans, no immigrants in the family. Straight bloodline in America. But they first child looked it real off. Looked it real off in the face. Even my grandma used to say it. Matter of fact, it's so crazy, y'all. That first child, we don't have no pictures of this first child. Like, there's no pictures of this is so wrong. I can't believe I'm telling y'all this, man. And please don't judge me, y'all. Please don't judge my family. I can't. Shit. Oh, I went too far now. But anyway, there's no. I can't believe I'm telling y'all this. But there's no family photos of this first baby. Now, she got 5 kids. The first baby, there's no photos. Like, you'll see us taking family reunion pictures, Christmas pictures, all types of pictures. You'll see me in the picture. But this baby was in the picture, but the mama and the dad is in the picture. All the time, my grandma always makes excuses like, oh, somebody need to go change the baby. I think the baby stink. So somebody from the family will go and put the baby in the next room while everybody hurry up and take a picture, right? Boom. Second baby, she had another baby. The baby came out the same way, looking different. And I'm going to tell y'all what I mean by looking different. So we started to wonder, are these kids are, you know, a little Riri a little bit now. Let me pause for a minute. If you got any special needs kids or anything like that, I apologize if you feel offended. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just talking strictly about my cousins, my family members, and not you. Okay, so please don't take this personal, because y'all gonna hear some stories about my autistic cousin later on in some of these videos. Okay, maybe not in this one, but I do have an autistic cousin that I love truly, but he do some funny shit. So if you have autistic children, I totally understand. I love my autistic cousin, so please don't take this personal. But anyway, but this second baby looked like the first baby. I'm like, damn, man, like, these ain't our genes right here, man. You know, these ain't our genes. You know, so same thing. We take family photos during Christmas, Thanksgiving, family reunion. Them two kids are not in the picture. Some way, somehow, somebody done took the kids off. It always be someone that's married to the family. You know what I'm saying? Let's say my uncle wife. She ain't blood related to us. So guess what? She might take those kids on somewhere, right? Third, fourth, fifth child came out the same way. All these kids look alike. And all these kids look like they some Somalian kids, y'all. I ain't bullshitting with you. Now, I have a head on me. So I cannot, of all people, I should not be talking about nobody's head size or anything like that. But these kids, each one of these kids has some, look like they were Somalis, man. I'm not bullshit. They look like they Somalis. And even just looking back on it, I'm like, damn, bro, because I be telling people about these kids and how these kids look deformed in the head, but I don't have no proof on how these kids look. Because I got people like, man, let me see pictures. I like, God damn, nigga, I ain't got no pictures of them little motherfuckers when I was a baby. And people think I just be bullshitting, or they think I'm hating on because I got a big head and now I can make, nah, man, these kids look deformed. These kids look deformed. So let me say this, Africans. There are some black Americans that might look like y'all, because I do got some cousins. They got them Somali heads, and some ain't right with them. Man, that's a whole nother story I want to get into on that too. I'm gonna have, man, that right there, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Lord, I know I'm a, damn, man, I don't care. I'm gonna keep going, but yeah. So Africans, so if I put my five little cousins next to an African, I can see why an African might think they are African, because they got them Somali heads. They ain't got the American big head like I got the American big head. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, I guarantee those five deformed look. Let me not say that. Those five kids in my family still will be offended if you call them an African. I guarantee that. I ain't talked to them in a while because they older now. They probably in their 20s and 30s. But guess what? Those five, I'm about to say something fucked up again about my own little cousin. But those five kids that I mentioned, I guarantee they will be offended if you call them African. I ain't bullshit. And they got the African head features. I ain't bullshit. I'm so dirty for that, bro. But anyway, so that's why I get offended, or I used to get offended by when Africans call us that. But I had to think about it, man. These people have low self-esteem, man. You know, y'all just got to understand that throughout life, you know, black Americans been on the front lines of beauty all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what nobody say. Everybody like to use the white beauty standard, but I think black Americans are the beauty standard of the world, you know. And I think a lot of Africans feel, you know, intimidated by that. You know, I think they used to look at themselves, be like, damn, I don't look like this. I don't look like that. Why I'm not shaped like this, or why I don't move like that, you know. And I think it does attack they self-esteem a little bit. And I just think it's crazy for an African to do that. And like I was saying, I got thrown off, but I would never call an African and be like, hey, you look like a black American. You know what I mean? A black American will whoop on my ass if I say that to an African that don't look like a black American. Now, like I said, there are some that might can go through the cracks, but if I say that and they know this person don't look like a black American, you know, I would get slaughtered. You know, black Americans was take that as me digging at them by me saying an African look like a black American. I don't understand why African don't say nothing. I don't know why African don't say why you say he look like an African. That's a diss. You trying to be mean and malicious. Shit. Don't say I look like no goddamn funky flip flop wearing African. Anyway, what's y'all thoughts on that? What's y'all thoughts on Africans saying we look alike? I don't believe we look alike, man. I really don't. Especially our women. Man, our women are so beautiful, man. Like, oh my God. Like, once again, Lord, there are some beautiful African women. There are some beautiful Caribbean women. But nothing don't touch a black American woman. I'm sorry, man. Like, it, boy, I could say, oh boy, we one video, man. I'm gonna have to throw in just the sex of a black woman compared to an African or Caribbean woman. Maybe not a Caribbean woman. Maybe black American woman, Caribbean woman, sex be a little different. But them African women have no rhythm, man. In my opinion, they have no rhythm, man. I'm about to do a video on that too, man. Because I dated a African woman before. But she had rhythm, though. I'm going to give her that. She had rhythm. But the other African woman that I had some intercourse with, that was a wild situation. I ain't gonna lie to you in the band. But anyway, I don't want to get to that. But yeah, shout out to my black American women. Y'all are the truth. Shout out to my black American men. Y'all are the truth. Them people don't look nothing like us, y'all. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Salute, and I love y'all.